Well, good morning, everyone from Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome to the University of Cincinnati's Wednesday webinar. I'm excited you're here today. I see many familiar names on the participant list, so welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking to you about the city of Cincinnati, the great city where the University of Cincinnati is located. So we've got a lot to share with you today. Again, please keep your microphones on mute so that you can hear myself and our other presenter. Additionally, keep your camera turned off so that we can focus and look at the presentation. And if you have any questions at all, there's a chat feature within this webinar. You are encouraged to write your question within the chat. My coworker, Megan Lindell, she'll be answering your questions as best she can and adding in links where she can and doing anything. If you have questions particular to City of Cincinnati, myself or other presenter Lauren will answer that for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump on in. Again, my name is Nick Paddock. I'm a senior admissions counselor in the International Admissions Office. I've been at UC for about 3.5, going on 4 years here soon. I truly enjoy working in higher education and working with all of you students and your parents through this whole enrollment process. And then we have Lauren.
Hi, everybody. I am Lauren, and I am with UC International Services. So Nick and I are lovely coworkers together, and I've worked in this position for the last 2 years at the University of Cincinnati, but I've spent about the last 10 years working with international students in the city of Cincinnati. So lots to share today.
Thanks for joining us, Lauren. You're a great resource.
Thank you.
So today we're going to show you a Google Earth view of our campus and the surrounding neighborhoods, and then we'll move into downtown and across the river to the Kentucky side. So it's a really cool virtual experience we think you'll all enjoy. And then we've compiled a presentation for you of different places around Cincinnati and different events that we think you would love as an international student. So we'll talk about around Cincinnati, downtown, important landmarks and events in the city. And then of course, we know you all like to eat. We do too. So we'll talk about places to buy your groceries and where to get food, and then how to get around Cincinnati. That's important too. And finally, talk a bit about safety. So this is a great aerial view of our city. You can see the metropolitan downtown area here. On the left, you'll see the Bengals American Football Stadium. And on the right, you'll see the Reds baseball stadium. So UC, the university, is located just about 5 minutes north up the hill from downtown. So this is a great city to live. I think Lauren can agree.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Born and raised here, so I have to love it in a way.
We're going to transition now to
We're going to transition to a Google Earth, right?
Yes. So here we go. And we're going to zoom on into the University of Cincinnati. And let me just get this set up real quick.
So the city of the campus is sprawling, so it's hard to fit it all in one screen, even with Google Earth.
So if we zoom out a little bit, we can get a better view of Cincinnati, Ohio. So you can see here, this is the Ohio River that separates our state from Kentucky. And if we look here, we see the downtown metropolitan area where we showed you in the photograph. And then if we move north a little bit, about 5 to 10 minutes up the hill here, you'll find the University of Cincinnati. So it's a pretty large institution. We have a large population of about 46,000 total students between this campus and our 2 regional campuses. But here you'll find all of our housing, all of our academic buildings, athletic buildings, and most importantly, International Services Office.
That's right.
Right here for you, everyone. So when you come to UC, you'll get to experience this whole campus, of course, but this building right here, the white building, is where you're going to go for all your needs as an international student, which is where Lauren works.
Absolutely. And we are up on the 7th floor, so we have a lovely view of campus. So, you know, when you come up and visit us, take a minute to peek out the windows. It's a good Instagram shot every once in a while on a bright, sunny day.
If we zoom back out just a little bit, we're going to give you a quick tour of the community through this Google Earth. So we move just to the right, just east of campus. Lauren, what community do we have here?
This is the Corryville area. It's still in the Clifton area. There are lots of little neighborhoods, but Cincinnati, we love to have houses and then kind of a little strip, a little area where you can go shopping and you can get groceries and things. So this area right here is called Short Vine, and it is maybe 100 steps from the building where I work in that we just showed you. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got restaurants, it's got grocery stores, it's got restaurants and bars. It even has a music venue called Bogart's where you can go see live, really high professional bands as well. Yep, right there where his mouse is indicating. So there's a lot to do, just quite a few steps from campus.
And then we'll just move north here and we can get a great view of our medical campus.
That's right. So the Cincinnati campus is kind of, it's, you know, it looks like two squares. We've got the main campus, and then just north and east of the main campus is the medical campus, and very walkable too. And that is, you know, a whole other campus with all other resources, all new libraries, and it's beautiful.
Okay, now we'll head over.
Oh, and worth mentioning, yeah, right there by the medical campus, you can see the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden, voted consistently one of the top zoos in America. I think right now rated the #1 zoo in the US, and it's stunning. It's in the middle of the city, but you would never know it when you get in there, and it's walkable from campus.
And if you like hippos, Google Fiona.
Ah! We have a famous hippo.
So we'll head over now to the Ludlow area. So this is where a lot of students will live as well when they move off campus after their first year.
That's right. And this area, we call it the Ludlow area. It's the Gaslight District, again, still in Clifton, but we have little neighborhood names. Again, what you're going to see, a lot of houses surrounding a strip or a street that has everything that you could need. So again, restaurants, places to shop. They have a small movie theater here. It doesn't always play the #1 biggest movies, but it does play a lot of really great films that you get to see. So this is the Esquire. We've kept it looking a little bit old and gives you that kind of, you know, historic feel to the theater. And importantly, just down the street from the movie theater is our famous ice cream shop, which is called Grater's. If you have not heard of Grater's, it's definitely worth Googling. It is some of the best ice cream in America, truly some of the best ice cream in America.
What's your favorite flavor?
Oh, all of them, but if I have to pick, we have a famous flavor called black raspberry chocolate chip. And so it mixes, you know, kind of fruit and chocolate together, and it's delicious. It's a bright purple ice cream.
Okay, so I have moved the camera a bit so you can see here, the campus is right here where you see the word Nippert Stadium, and we're going to move down a little bit closer into the west side of campus.
Yeah, and you'll see that there are a lot of trees around here too. There are lots of parks, especially Burnett Woods, which is right next to campus. So you can get, while there are a lot of houses and community, you can really get out and you can get that, soak in a little bit of that nature too.
Great point. As far as we dive in on the street here, this is just right next to campus. So there's McMicken Hall, which maybe you've seen many photos of through email or online.
Yeah, and this is kind of the area that's got Greek life, it's got housing. So campus extends across this street to this side that you're seeing right now on your screen. So lots of housing, lots of community, big main road. It's a big thoroughfare. But it backs right up to that real famous view of UC. I know you guys all know McMicken Hall, and you're like, oh, I've seen that in pictures, right? Like there it is. You can get a view from either side of campus, and you're going to get to, you know, take a pretty good selfie in front of that building when you get here.
That's for sure. Everyone does.
Yeah.
We're just moving to the south side of campus. So if we're looking here, we can see campus on your left, and then on the right, we can see a major street here and a major street here. And this is where a lot of our restaurants, coffee shops, boba tea, shops, everything, right, is located right here for students. And then a lot of housing is around campus.
Yeah, And again, we're surrounded by off-campus housing, lots of options, lots of really wonderful, beautiful buildings there. And those two streets that he pointed to, they kind of split around a ton of shopping. So this is where you can go to get to Target and get kind of your main supplies. If you don't have, when you get here, you're probably not going to have a lot of access to transportation and not know how to move around that first couple of weeks. I know that's how it was for me when I went to college. So it's really nice to have some big major shopping venues that are walkable. Again, they're right off of campus. So it's always full of college students and full of lots of good resources and some of the best restaurants. You can get such good ramen in these shops. You can get amazing Indian food, amazing Vietnamese food, amazing everything.
Thai
Ethiopian,
food.
Thai, Ethiopian. I mean, you can get a little bit of everything if you miss home.
And then just to talk about the abundant amount of housing around campus. I know a lot of students are all curious to know what on campus looks like, but after that first year, most of our students will move off campus. And as you can see here, and Lauren's pointed this out, around campus, there's many different options from renting a house with your friends or moving into a smaller apartment that's in a bigger building that might have a parking garage. It's a really beautiful neighborhood to be in.
Mhm. Yeah, and we're a city of parks. You will find a park tucked in every corner that we can fit it into. So we love our old historic buildings, but we love our parks even more. So you can see all of the greenery that's around campus. So you'll
Mhm.
never be you'll never be too engrossed in the city.
So now we're looking south, right? Back at the downtown area, right? And then in between we see kind of a large neighborhood. We're going to dive into that called Over the Rhine.
Mhm. And that's because there used to be a big river that ran through the middle of our city. And on one side there was Over the Rhine, and on the other side was downtown. And so Over the Rhine is a really great area, lots of historic buildings, really beautiful. You definitely get a sense of it again here. So like I said, we love to put a bunch of shops and, down Main Street. So over the Rhine, every street is jam-packed with some of the best restaurants, some of the best food. Again, really good ice cream is down there. And this is where most people in the city go to hang out, especially on the weekends. This green building over here serves the best fried chicken you've ever had. So you don't come away from the Eagle. That used to be an old post office building, and now they make great fried chicken. And so there are lots of little fun places to pop into, and the food is unparalleled down here.
And more towards the park, right?
Hmm. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite places in Cincinnati. This building that we're zooming up to right here is Music Hall, and this is the home of theater, symphony, opera, kind of any beautiful artistic expression you want is in this building here. It's a massive sprawling structure. If you see pictures of Cincinnati, this is one of the defining buildings in Cincinnati. But even better, right across from it is Washington Park. And oh, I love this picture on a snowy day in Washington Park. You can really see, Cincinnati gets some snow, but it's not a crazy amount. This is the typical amount of snow that
Mhm.
we get in Cincinnati. It's good. It's a couple inches, but this area in the summer when it opens up, it is a lot of grass. Bring picnics. They have concerts in the park. They have theater in the park. You can do yoga in the park here. So, oh, and they have city fleas. So they open it up and bring a lot of shops down so you can shop for things that are made in Cincinnati, which are always great little gifts to send home to your family and friends. So this is an area I highly recommend you visit.
And then if we move down into the downtown area, it's more businesses, a lot of high rises. We have our
Mm,
famous Fountain Square.
yes. So Fountain Square is in the heart of downtown, and it's this beautiful but not overly tall fountain, and so it's kind of eclipsed by all the tall buildings that are around it. But this is kind of the city center, and so on this plaza here, we have again lots of concerts, lots of fun activities. We do salsa on the square, which in the summer we all get together and they teach you how to dance salsa. And so that is usually jam packed with that. So if you're coming downtown, this is the place to hang out. It is a lot of businesses and a lot of high rises. So You'd come down here for services, like if you need social security numbers and things, that's where you come. But downtown has a lot of really great restaurants too.
And then if we move a little further, we can see here our beautiful riverfront.
Yeah.
The two stadiums, and then Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky is a big part of Cincinnati. Our airport is in Northern Kentucky, and we travel back and forth between Northern Kentucky as it feels like an extension of Cincinnati. You don't really feel like you've moved to another state. It's very connected and has very similar feelings. So that's Cincinnati skyline we're looking at there. This is the Roebling Bridge. It may look familiar. It may look like the one in New York, but I'm going to tell you that we had it first. They built it here as a tester, and then they built the one in New York. So we have the original blue, beautiful bridge like this. But we head over into Northern Kentucky. Main Strasse has a lot of great hangout places, which we're looking down here. So that's got a little bit of that old world charm and makes you feel like you can escape a little bit. And then the Newport area is where we have the big movie theaters. We've got an aquarium, and that's where you get all the kind of major shopping venues and things that you're kind of missing in the Clifton area. So Clifton is small, it's very walkable, but down here, which is only an 8 to 10 minute bus ride from Clifton, you get all those major amenities that you'd want to find close by, really.
Yeah. So just to thank you for all that. That was great information. So just to zoom out a little bit, we can see again the Ohio River here, the downtown metro area, and if we move up the hill a little bit, we can see UC is located right here, which is not too far, and it's in a beautiful neighborhood. Okay, so we're going to transition back to our PowerPoint. Here we go. All right. So again, just looking quickly overhead at a map, you can see where UC campus is located within the greater Cincinnati area. Okay, so we're going to talk first about important landmarks that you all should visit when you come to Cincinnati.
So we touched on the Roebling Bridge and Music Hall. We saw those firsthand. We talked about the zoo. Kings Island is a massive amusement park. It's about 30 minutes north of the city, and it is world-renowned. So it's definitely a great place to go in the summer. Hit a lot of those really big roller coasters. Down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see Carew Tower and Finley Market. Carew Tower is the tallest building in Cincinnati, and so for $12, you can go up to the very tippity top of it and get those great shots and see Cincinnati, see part of Indiana, see Kentucky. We're in a tri-state area, which means you can see get to 3 states very quickly in any direction. And then we have Finley Market, which is a really old historic open air market. So if you're really looking for quality groceries for cooking in your house, or maybe to find things that you can't find at the grocery stores that are in Clifton, this is a great place to go. They've got lots of restaurants. Again, this is kind of really well-renowned food down here, and it's maybe 5 minutes by transportation from UC campus, so very close by. And Union Terminal up there, that is a museum and a train station, and that's a very famous landmark in the area as well.
Thank you. So here's some very fun events that we think we know actually you all would enjoy. People that are from Cincinnati and people that move to Cincinnati attend all of these events, and we can say that UC students really have a good time. So if we start here at Oktoberfest celebration, Oktoberfest is a big German event in Cincinnati. So historically, Cincinnati was built by Germans and the Irish. So annually in Cincinnati, we've continued a large festival downtown that celebrates the German heritage with plenty of food, plenty of music and dancing. The world's second, I think it's the second largest chicken dance in the world. So it is a great time. On the right, the 4th of July parade. Across America, the 4th of July is a very big event. And in our back door and north side, they throw a really fun and exciting north side parade that a lot of our students and our staff go down to. On the left here, opening day parade. Reds baseball, it's a very important part of Cincinnati culture. So they were the very first baseball team in America. Okay, so we love our Reds. Every year in spring, we throw a big event across Cincinnati. So there's a huge parade and a big celebration to kick off the baseball season. And City Flea in the middle here, this is a very large event in that Washington Park we showed you with the snowy photo. This is a monthly event where people go to shop for gifts and for other goods that are handmade. And there's a lot of these types of events around the Cincinnati area for you to attend. And on the right, Blink Lights Festival. This is an event every 2 years where our city pretty much shuts down and turns into a large light festival. And it is extremely exciting. So we look forward to that returning. But other than these, 6 major things we posted, every week there is something to do in Cincinnati, and typically it is free. So we like when students take part in that. We encourage it. Lauren's office sets up a lot of outings for current students that I know she'll talk about in a little bit.
That's right. And we have so many concerts. We are a city that loves music. So we have quite a few venues where we make sure that you can have some of the best music. The Bunbury Music Festival happens down right on the river. So when we were showing you those maps, there's a lot of parks and open space that we've saved down there for big events like this. And the Bunbury Music Festival brings in tens of massive bands that are famous around, the world and America. We also have the Homecoming Music Festival. That is another, again, massive festival that attracts some of the top talent in the US and in the world. Fountain Square always has summer concerts. And again, we have lots of summer concerts in parks all around the city. This Fountain Square ones are big, and you can, get food and drink when you're at any of these places. Again, Bogarts, we talked about that. That's 100 steps from campus, and it attracts a lot of top talent. And then Riverbend Music Center. This is probably about 20 minutes west of campus. You would need maybe an Uber to get there, but it is a massive music venue right on the river. Again, it is constantly going year round, so you can get all the top acts, all the top talent that come to the Riverbend Music Center. And they've got a great indoor space where you can sit in seats. And then right behind that, they've got cheaper tickets, which is where I like to sit. And you bring a blanket and you sit out on the grass and you get the same view. Yep.
That's great. Thank you. All right. So, we have 4 seasons in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we love our summer. It is hot, it is humid, and we make the most of it by visiting different parks and pools around the city. So, parks that are popular, Burnett Woods in the upper right corner. This is right next to campus. So many students will take advantage of that space. Bellevue Park is just south of campus, a 5-minute walk, and has a great view of downtown. So many students will go and take food and hang out at this park. If you like to swim, Ziegler Pool is a newer pool. It's been renovated maybe the past few years, and it opened up in that over the Rhine district, just a few minutes south of downtown near the business district. It's a huge pool. It's very cheap to get in. I think $3 or maybe $4, and it's a great time. And the whole city goes to this pool location. And then the Sawyer Point Yateman's Cove. This is a huge park along the Ohio River, right? And I think we may have showed it to you along our 3D virtual tour. This is where you'll see a lot of those music festivals and other large events that happen weekly in Cincinnati. And lastly, Washington Park. You can see it's a very large park. It's in that over the Rhine district we talked about, that snowy photo you saw. It's a great place to go and hang out, but it's also a great place to go for events, again, on a daily schedule. If you want to play kickball or intermediate sports, you can go there. If you want to go shopping, you can attend. If you love food, there's a lot of food events there. So within these, this is a quick snapshot of different places to visit around the city during the summer.
Oh, sports. I'm a big sports nerd. I love all sports, and I love all sports Cincinnati. So like Nick said, the Cincinnati Reds were the first professional baseball team in America ever. So we have the honor of always being able to be the first team to throw the first baseball in the baseball season. So I love the Reds. The Reds look really good this year. So if you like baseball, these next couple of years are going to be really fun to follow the Reds baseball team. We also have a professional soccer team. They're called FC Cincinnati, or FCC for short. This team is in its 4th year, pretty new. So they came to Cincinnati. They started playing on UC's campus in our Nippert Stadium. And Cincinnati, the fans got so big and so crowded, it would sell out the stadium. So we pretty quickly escalated from kind of a third tier team to a top first tier team. And now we're building our brand new own stadium, soccer stadium. So that should be ready when you guys get here. And it's going to be beautiful and state of the art and brand new. We also have Cyclones ice hockey. They are professional, but they are not in the top tier. So if you like hockey, you're not going to see some of the massive ice hockey teams come here, but it is still a really cheap ticket to get in. They have got, fun food and drink, that Americana feel when you get in there. And they play games all during the week. So it's a great, cheap way to get out with your friends. And you can still talk and hang out with your friends, but you have something to watch as well. That makes it sound like I'm talking down the ice hockey. I'm not. They're very good. Bengals football. Oh, my love is football. And so the team here is called the Bengals, after the Bengal Tigers. And they are historically not the best team. We like to kind of talk down on them, like, oh, like they broke our hearts again, but that's part of the fun of one of our teams. So they are a professional team. You will get to see all the top talent in football come to the Bengals Stadium and play against that. So, Tom Brady will be here, Aaron Rodgers will be here. If you love football, it's a great place to be. The Flying Pig Marathon is a massive running event that we have every year. It is part of those qualifiers to get you into the other major marathons across the US. It is a huge event. It spans our whole city. The marathon runners run a massive course. So you can stand along the route, cheer them on, go downtown. At the end of the race, there's lots of fanfare, lots of fun, lots of places to go hang out and cheer on your friends. And then we have the roller girls. The Cincinnati Roller Derby is basically roller skating and fighting together, which is a very unique sport, but it's a lot of fun. So two teams will go up against each other and they will kind of fight and jockey for position as they race around a track. And it's a lot of fun. Same thing, like that ice hockey and roller girls, go with your friends. It's a cheap ticket. It's kind of fun to watch. You still get to talk with your friends.
So Lauren, I've got some questions for you.
Yeah.
So concerning buying tickets, how do students go about buying tickets for FC Cincinnati or maybe a Bearcats, our own football team's game?
Oh
So
yeah,
can you
absolutely.
explain how that happens?
Yeah, everything's online. So you'd be able to buy a ticket online to anything that you want to go to, even those concerts that we talked about a couple slides back. Everything is online, everything's digital. And then you can just use your phone to check in with like a QR code at the venue. The Bearcats, if you want to get a ticket to a game on campus, we have ticket windows in the middle of campus. So you can walk up and just purchase your ticket. It's very convenient, very easy. Some tickets are going to be more expensive than others, like an NFL football ticket. It's going to be at least $50 or more. A Reds baseball ticket might be $10. An FC Cincinnati ticket, probably about $40. Ice hockey ticket, maybe about $10. So it just depends on where you want to spend your budget.
Mm-hmm. And concerning getting to these events, these sporting events, parks, larger events around Cincinnati, someone asked if UC organizes these types of trips. And I think this is a perfect question for you.
It's a perfect question for me because I organize these trips. Yes, absolutely. So, when you come and you're part of UC, you're new here. So what we do is we set up a lot of events and trips to take you all over places to Cincinnati. And you can take advantage of these your entire time that you're here. But it's also a great way for just somebody to take the lead and just take you out into the city and be like, here's a thing, and kind of teach you how to utilize the city in the best way for you. So use us. We're a teaching tool. We organize these events. They're at super low costs. So even the price of the ticket normally, we discount it heavily for our international students. And so we will take you out for a really great event at a very discounted price.
Can you repeat that? So the students don't have to pay the full ticket price if they go along with you
Correct.
and your group? They get a discount.
Correct.
Okay.
They get a discount not only on the ticket, but we provide transportation. We have a student group called the iPals that come along with us. So it's kind of some people that'll instantly make friends with you. It's a very comfortable, easy, safe way to explore Cincinnati with us.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to talk a bit about places to go watch live music and theater. You know, I think you've learned pretty quickly that UC has a big arts community, sports community, outdoor events community. So we have a lot happening, and theater is a big part of that. You can see there's many different venues for students to go watch musicals, plays, or see live concerts. I think what's most notable on here is the College Conservatory Music in the bottom left corner here. So this is on our campus, and it's very unique to have a conservatory part of a university our size. So within this conservatory, students perform about 1,000 performances from recitals to full opera throughout the entire year. So, and students that go to UC get a discounted ticket to attend. So they have 4 theaters within this college. It is high quality. It's a lot of fun. And I encourage you, when you come to Cincinnati, to attend shows on our own campus. Other great locations, you can see here the Aronoff Ensemble Theater, the Warsaw Federal Incline Theater, Playhouse in the Park, and No Theater. I think of all of these, I really enjoy Ensemble Theater. I think they're great productions. And then No Theater, it's a bit more experimental and fun. You're never sure what you're going to get, but the tickets are really affordable.
Oh, and the museums in the city. We have been gifted with a present from a community member, making all of these museums free to attend. So, you know, if you're budget saving, and I know I am always budget saving, that I love going to these museums because they're absolutely free to get into. So we have the Cincinnati Art Museum, which is one of the premier art museums. It has a little bit of everything, and then they'll also have special showings. The special showings will be a ticketed price to get in. So you may have to pay a small fee to see whatever the special exhibit is, but everything else is free. It's a massive building, so you can go in and just explore one wing and leave and come back many more times and see things you've never seen before. We also have the Underground Railroad Freedom Center. There's a north-south divide, and this is a museum that is dedicated to the history of slavery in America and kind of explaining that history, walking through, because Cincinnati was part of the North and it was a place where slaves used to escape from the South to come north. So this really highlights this. So this is a really good piece of American history for you to see when you get here. In downtown, we have the Contemporary Arts Center. This is, again, more exploratory art, things that aren't as historic as you'd find in the Cincinnati Art Museum. The Contemporary Arts Center is a beautiful building, and it is many stories, and you can, again, spend a little bit of time in one area, go back and keep coming back and see things you've never seen before. The Cincinnati Museum Center at Union Terminal, this is a science museum, and so it's got a lot of history, it's got a lot of inventions, it's got dinosaur bones. My favorite part in growing up as a kid is they have like dug down under the terminal and made a fake cave for you to explore. And though it's a fake cave, when you're down there, it feels so, so, so real. So that alone is worth checking out. And then right near campus, we have the Ohio Lucky Cat Museum. A lucky cat is a maneki-neko, and it's, you know, those traditional cats that you see that have kind of like the paw that moves up and down that sit at cash registers to like rake in good fortune or good luck. And so this place has more than almost anywhere in the US. And so this is a funny, just kind of quirky nearby museum that you can visit. But our museums are really one of the selling points. And, you know, again, UC, we'll take you there. We'll show you around.
All right, so groceries, shopping, near UC campus. We have a lot of different options for students to grab those groceries to make their own food. Kroger, most notably the first one, picture on the right. This is right next to campus. Like Lauren said, it's literally 100 feet off campus. So this is where you can go to get all of your groceries. It is a quick and easy shopping experience. I know I see a lot of students there when I'm shopping for my groceries as well. And then down here in the bottom, we have Findlay Market. That's the market we talked about earlier. This is the open air market in the Over the Rhine district. We can go and get some really nice quality cooking products and things that you need. And then Lauren, if you want to take it from there.
Yeah, I was going to say this farmers market, this Findlay Market, again, a really important location in the city. But for you at UC, it's really close. And so the Cincinnati Metro bus And our shuttle goes downtown on the weekends, but all the time our Cincinnati Metro bus is running. So you can very easily hop on a bus, get down there. It takes about 5 minutes. It would be $1.75 to take the bus down there. And you can hit a lot of really great grocers and restaurants. So the Saigon Market is down there. There's Mediterranean markets, there's Indian markets. So you can find a lot of things that you need right there if they're not in the Clifton area already, which, we have our, Middle Eastern grocer, we have our Indian grocer, we have our Asian grocer already in the Clifton area. So it's definitely worth checking out. If you go, just go and explore. Go have breakfast down there one morning. Go get a lunch and just kind of walk around, because it's a small area. It's got a lot packed in, and you'll probably be a little bit overwhelmed when you go the first time. So the first time you go explore. The second time you go with an intention and get some of that good food. I love getting baklava down there. They have such good baklava.
Okay, so getting around campus is extremely important, and we do all we can to make this accessible for all students that live on campus and right off campus. So you can see here on the left, we've got an on-campus list here. We have Red Bike, where students can actually rent bikes at different annually, so you can pay a membership fee and check out a Red Bike at any station throughout the entire city. It's really convenient and nice. We also have a free bike service on campus, so students can check out bikes from our own campus for free and essentially use them as needed and return the bike. If you own a bike or you buy one when you're here, you can have that service for free on campus as well. And down here we have Night Ride. Night Ride is a free service for students in the evening who want to go out to eat and get food, right? Go to an event like a concert or something else. This is a service that goes through the night. It is free. You can call, they'll pick you up, and they'll also drop you off. If you're on campus and you need to ride back to your housing or a friend's housing, they'll take you as well. So it's really convenient, and it's been really nice for all of our students. Zip Car on the left here, this is it's like a car rental service. There's 3 cars on campus. You can actually just pay through the app, and it becomes your car to use on the hour as you pay, essentially. And then you simply bring the car back to campus and check it back in. And then we have our UC shuttle. This is a great resource for students. We have shuttles all throughout campus and right off campus. So there's many different routes. Typically there's 7 to 10 routes running at one time, depending on the day of the week and the time. So know that you can just jump on these shuttles with your UC ID and get a quick and easy trip with heat or air conditioning, depending on the weather. We do have a weekend shuttle that runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the evening, so we can get you to that downtown area to go to a music event or whatnot, and then across the river to Newport on the Levee to do some shopping or dining, and then back to campus. I know a lot of students use this shuttle service. And Lauren, do you want to talk about what's on the right?
Yeah, so this is the downtown. I saw a question pop up, how much does it cost to ride the bus? So I'll hit that first. The Metro bus is what we call our city public transportation, and it's that middle picture on the right. So the Cincinnati Metro, pretty much anywhere you're gonna go, it's gonna be about $1.75 for a trip. So there are zones, and as you move out from the city, it gets a little bit more expensive. So for example, if you wanted to take a bus all the way up to Kings Island, which is again about a 40-minute trip north of the city, that would cost you $3.25 for one way. So it's a really, really affordable way to access the city. It just, it's a public bus, so it just takes a little bit more time than it would in a normal car, because it has to make those, stops at, all the stops that it needs to make. Above that, the top picture, that's our streetcar. And the streetcar runs through downtown and over the Rhine. So if you want to go eat at Finley Market, which is kind of very close to campus in the OTR area, and then you want to swing down to the Bengals Stadium to go watch a little bit of football, you just hop on that and it would get you down there in just a few minutes. Again, this is very, very cheap to ride. I think to get an all-day pass for unlimited rides is $2. So it's very, very easy to use. And then there's a bit of an issue. Like I said, we're in Ohio, and we access Northern Kentucky very regularly. So due to state regulations, not all of our buses can go over the bridge into Kentucky. It's just a state by state thing. So there are some buses that bridge that gap. And so that third picture down there is the South Bank Shuttle. And that South Bank Shuttle runs from Fountain Square, where we showed you with the fountain that has salsa and everything. It runs from that area down over the bridge and into Newport, where again, you can go see movies, you can go do shopping. It has a bigger shopping area, the aquarium. So all of our public transportation is really affordable. Everything that's, you know, around campus is going to be usually a metro bus, but that can get you almost anywhere in the city that you need to go. And, you know, to hop over to what Nick said, that night ride, it's a free, basically a free taxi service that our university provides. So, you know, moms and dads, you know, if you're worried about your kids studying it, because they're going to be studying at the library, they're not going to get into any trouble, right? And they're going to be studying at the library till like 2 a.m. and you don't want them walking home in the dark. That is when Night Ride is the best. I recommend everybody to call them, and it takes them within 1 mile of campus. So anywhere on campus or 1 mile around, it'll take them right to their house.
Okay, so we had a great question about the airport. How far is it from campus? So it's about 30 minutes, I'd say, into Kentucky. It's actually in Kentucky, not Cincinnati. It's most students, when they come into campus, they'll have a free ride that they've signed up for to be picked up at the airport and then brought to campus their first day. For trips back and forth, there is a shuttle service available through Cincinnati. It can be affordable, or you can simply take an Uber or Lyft or get a ride. Lauren, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, and actually so in Cincinnati, the bus system is called the Metro. In Kentucky, the bus system there is called Tank, and the Tank bus system goes to the airport. So I don't usually like to pay to park my car at the airport because that can get expensive. So I wheel my suitcase downtown, I hop on the South Bank Shuttle, connect to a Tank bus in Kentucky. Well, actually, I don't even have to do that. The Tank bus comes into downtown Cincinnati, and I just ride the express bus all the way to the airport. And it's a couple of dollars, and it saves me a lot of money. So it's very accessible. And UC International Services, we are the ones to help set up, get those free rides to campus, from campus to the airport for you, back and forth. So you will get emails and updates about that when you become a University of Cincinnati student. And we want to provide just kind of a fast, easy way for you to get around. You don't have to do the Lauren thing where I'm wheeling my suitcase through downtown. We've got a lot of great ways to get you where you need to go.
So Lauren, can international students get driver's license?
Yes, you can. The regulations, I'm not going to be able to speak in depth on this, but for some part of the time that you're here, initially your driver's license in your country may work for a period of time here in the US, but then you can apply for a driver's license. There is a place that's just in downtown that you can hop on a bus and go down, and you can take the driver's license test. We also at University of Cincinnati International Services put on a driving workshop. So if you had not had a driver's license before and you need to learn how to drive, we provide an event service for that, and we bring in an instructor. We teach you everything you need, and then he provides the driving tests around the city for you as well to help you get your license. So whether you're an experienced driver or somebody who's looking to get one, we're here to help you in either way.
Thank you. And one more question for you. We've had a repeat question asking if students can get hired by Uber to work.
There are regulations attached with your non-immigrant visa status that allow for certain work. So with visa statuses, the jobs that you can get are going to be on-campus jobs, and they are going to be regulated for how many specific hours that you can work. So I highly recommend, it depends on your visa status. So F1 visas, J1 visas, there's a lot of really good literature out there that you can read about what that means to get jobs, but mostly it's on-campus jobs, and it's regulated to about 20 hours per week of work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
So wellness and safety at UC. UC public safety is a priority for our campus. We want to keep our staff, faculty, and most importantly, our students safe, right? 24/7. So at UC, we have our own police department of about 75 officers that work directly on our campus. So there's typically anywhere from 12 to 15 officers working at one time. They're walking through campus on segways, which are fun to ride, bike, an SUV, They are easily accessible, and if you ever call 911 or need any support at all, they are right there to help you and assist you. Also on campus, we have about 185 blue safety towers throughout campus. Those are emergency towers with a large button and a light. So if a student needs immediate assistance on campus, they simply hit that button, and then a police dispatcher will speak on the mic and then assist the student as needed. In addition, those can be hit for non-emergency. So if you're just simply lost and you don't know where you are on campus your first day, you can hit one of the blue safety tower buttons and they will assist you. In addition, we do have an app, the Guardian app, that is a wonderful tool for students and parents and friends to download. This is an app where you can simply enter in your location on campus and kind of what your plans are, and it will keep other people that are synced up to your account in touch with you. So if you don't end up where you're supposed to be at a certain hour, it can notify another friend, a parent, a staff at UC who you've assigned that you simply did not arrive. And that person can follow up and check on you through a text or through social media app or a simple phone call. Okay. Yeah, and I'll let Lauren, you want to take the rest?
Yeah, so we also, again, we have Night Ride. Again, we've talked about what a great resource that is. You just call them up. They're basically like a personal taxi. And so we highly recommend using those, especially at night. University Health Services is on campus. It is basically a wellness center, a hospital, a clinic for students only. So you are able to get very fast, very quick attention and using, not so much of your funds that you would use at a massive major hospital in the area. Worth noting, there are 5, 6 hospitals around the UC area. We partner with a lot of them so that our students can get real world experience. Our children's hospital is right there, and it's the #2 children's hospital in the United States right now. So a lot of a lot of students, when they first get here, they're like, I hear sirens all the time. Is there that much crime? No, it's just ambulances taking sick people to all the hospitals that are around campus. So while we do have our own University Health Services on campus to assist you, there are also very close by quite a few other major hospitals. So if you need more immediate attention or for something that's bigger, they are right there to help you. And then wellness and safety, UCInternational Services is a great resource. We've given you so much information, but by the time you get to campus, you're a little bit overwhelmed. It's a new experience. And so UCInternational Services is there, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We always have somebody standing by. So any questions that you have, all you have to do is just give us a call. And even if it's to say, I think you guys mentioned something about like a hospital on campus, we'd say, oh yeah, that's University Health Services. Let me tell you where that is. Let me get you there. So always call us. We're definitely very able and willing to help you with, resources on campus, as well as, the important stuff, your immigration. And then the IPAL student group, which is the student group that I help run, that is comprised of 50 international and domestic students, and they are a welcoming presence on campus. So when you first get to campus, you're going to feel a little lonely. That's pretty natural. I did when I first started college. So the iPals are there to come to all of the events, to help you network, to help you make new friends. And it's a great group and a great mix of students. So maybe you can meet somebody outside your major, inside your major. Maybe you can meet a graduate student and hear about their experience if you're an undergrad, or vice versa. So it's a great group of students that can be kind of that first contact that you have when you get to campus.
Thank you, Lauren. And I should add, the iPals organization is outstanding. It's a great place for students to feel included. It's a great place for students to connect with other students. And I think it's a growing organization on campus. And Lauren has done a great job with her team and with those students to keep them active and engaged on campus, and to support all of you who are going to be coming to UC, right? So it is something you should definitely look. I see that the link has been added to the chat feature. Definitely click on that and read more about iPals, because it's something you're probably going to get involved in or learn about when you're at UC.
Thank you.
Concerning social media, we of course have all the accounts for you. It is important for you to check us out. We have a lot of good information being posted daily on our different platforms. So I think what what is most fun right now is our new TikTok account. So I encourage you all, I know you're on TikTok, right? I'm a little older, if you didn't notice. So I have it, but I don't use it like you all might use it. So definitely get on there at our account. Maria Mallory is running it, and she's doing a great job. And I'm excited to see what will happen when all of our students are back on campus and we're able to shoot some newer videos. Again, on Facebook, you can add us there. Instagram, we have a lot of beautiful photos being posted and a lot of student captions being posted there. On YouTube, there's a variety of content. And then on our ambassador blog, if you want to read more from our UC International ambassadors, you can click there and read. Do you want to plug your iPals or anyone else social media?
Yeah, absolutely. iPals have, Facebook and Instagram. So whatever you prefer, you can find us there. And the, UC International ambassadors are great. They work with our iPals very closely. So, definitely check out what they've got going on. Jump over, check out our Instagram, check out our Facebook. We love to publicize things that are going around on campus. We love to highlight the events that we're throwing. We think the events we're throwing are fabulous, but we also know that there are a lot of other great organizations, so many organizations on campus that are throwing so many other events and places to connect. And the iPals is going to be a place where you can actually hear about that or learn about that more, because we'll plug other groups. There's a lot of identity-based groups. If you want to look for a Vietnamese student association or the Saudi student association, the Omani student association, we're starting a Nigerian student group. So any kind of group that you want to get connected with, iPals can help you make those connections too.
So Lauren, we have a great question. What are the requirements to join iPals?
So we have a twice yearly recruitment period, and we like to do that twice a year because we know a lot of students are going to go on co-op. So to join the iPals, it means that you're serving and you're helping with the events. To be a part of the fun that the iPals are having, you don't have to join at all. So you can just show up, you can just attend, you can make friends. I mean, very quickly, you're going to make friends with the iPals members and you'll probably want to join, but we have twice a year recruitment periods to bring people in for the fall and the spring. And we publicize those. We've got places where you can sign up to get notifications when that recruitment period opens. But you just have to want to be welcoming presence and want to help other international students adjust to life on campus. And that's the requirement.
Thank you, Lauren. So, I've been keeping track of the questions being posted on our chat box. Megan has done an outstanding job responding to you all. I think if, we could wait just a minute to see if any new questions pop up before we wrap this up. I think this has been a great conversation about the city of Cincinnati and why it's such a great place to live for young people. And Lauren and I can brag and talk about this all day long. I think if we had more slides, we probably would. We just
we would.
we would. So if you have any questions, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat here for just a few more seconds to see if anything pops up that we can answer for you. Lauren, do you have any last comments you want to add while I'm keeping an eye on this?
I mean, while we just talked about how great Cincinnati is, if you're sick of Cincinnati, which I, want to get out, it's really centrally located to get to other major cities in the area. So you can make it up to Chicago or Indianapolis, Cleveland, probably in about 4 or 5 hours. So it's really nicely located that you can explore other major cities in the area. A lot of times you will need a car maybe to fly to get to these places. But again, you can rent cars pretty easily. You do have to be 25 or older, I think, to rent a car. So you might need a PhD student friend to be able to do that.
There are a lot of bus routes and whatnot. How far is Cincinnati from New York City? I think that New York City is a great landmark to go off of. It's about 9 to 10 hour drive.
About a 9 to 10 hour drive. There is a bus that goes straight there. It's called, I think, like the New York bus. I have not been on it, but I know a lot of people that use it. The mega bus, there are quite a few Barron's bus. There are a lot of major, comfy, cushy buses that go to major cities. So I don't even drive my car. I don't want to put the miles on my car. I jump on one of these buses. I head over to Indianapolis, hang out with some friends over there, head up to Chicago, hang out with friends there. It's, 5, 6 hours on a bus where you can take a nap. So very easy.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap this up. We appreciate all of you attending today. we hope you learned quite a bit about the city of Cincinnati and why it's a great place to live. If you have any questions, you are welcome to email myself or Lauren. I'll include our contact information in an email that you'll receive in about an hour after this presentation. And yeah, so thanks for being here. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you live in the world. And we'll connect with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.